Hi everyone. So today I'm going to show you a screencast of Google Docs, which is one of the applications included in Google Workspace. So it's one of the applications among Google Slides, Google Sheets, and Google Classroom. Some of you already may know a lot about Google Workspace and have used these applications. And if you do, that's great. If you don't, that's totally fine. I know I've used Google Docs a lot. I find it very convenient for collaborative work and group work in school. And I know I've also used this application with some of you in our classes. So I'm going to get started. So the creator of a Google document can share this document with whoever they wish, and they can choose who they would like to see the document. So I'm going to use my personal email as an example. So if I wanted to share this document with somebody, I would just type in their email address, and then I would choose whether I wanted them to strictly view, comment, or edit it. So if I allow them to just view the document, they wouldn't be able to make any changes. So I would click Viewer. If I wanted somebody to only be able to comment on it, I would click Commenter, and this means they could make comments on my document. So like if they wanted to proofread my document or something like that. And if I want them to totally contribute to the document and input anything they like, I would use the editor option, which is a really good option for group work. So with the editor option, they can put in their own work or also comment on anything they wish. So I'm going to show you, actually first I'll just say, for example, if I were a teacher, this comment option would be very useful because I would be able to grade or even proofread students' work. By accessing their work and providing comments, the student would be able to just easily go into the document and make any suggested changes. This would also be very useful for group work or for proofreading each other's work for students. So let's say two students wanted to swap assignments and proofread each other's work. All they would have to do is write in comments, and it would be very easy for a student to just scroll and see the comments provided. So this could be done by highlighting the text and then going to the speech bubble at the top and then clicking add a comment. So they would be able to add a comment at the side here like that. Another way that they could do this is using a keyboard shortcut by highlighting the text and then going to Control-Alt-M. And the comment option would pop up again. So before moving on, I'll just quickly share an experience where I used this Google application as a teacher or student teacher. So I had a teaching placement over Zoom online, and my associate teacher wanted me to help her write comments about the student's performance in different subject areas. She would do this while I taught as well. She would write in some comments for various subject areas that I'm teaching, and she also wanted me to do this while she taught. So we did this over a Google Doc, and by doing so, I could easily show her anything I had written in it by highlighting it. So if we had been doing this over, for example, a Microsoft Word document, we would have had to save our changes every single time and then send it back to the other person, which I think is a lot more inconvenient. So Google Docs is also a very convenient tool for teachers' work. So next I'm going to show you a specific example of how this could be used in a learning context. So this is, I'm just going to make sure this is sharing properly. Okay. This is a worksheet that I created, and it's just a hypothetical situation that I'm going to describe. So let's say we read a story in class and I wanted students to complete a group assignment on the story's elements. So I could provide them each this worksheet, and they could each use Google Documents to input their work. So This would allow every student to contribute equally. So let's say I put them into groups of 3. One student would choose to describe the characters, another would describe the setting, and another would describe the major events in the story. So not only would this allow students to contribute equally, it would also provide them with equitable opportunities to input their work, because this application provides students with a lot of really helpful accessibility options that can meet diverse student needs and exceptionalities. So for example, a student could choose to voice type. So if they felt that this would meet their learning the most, they could use the voice typing option by going to tools and then clicking voice typing, and they would click on the microphone option and then they would begin typing. And as you can see, my voice is typing directly into the document. And then they could also use voice commands such as new paragraph, and it would follow your instruction. So while students are working on this document together, they could even communicate in real time with each other. So I'm just going to go into my phone and open this document from my phone so that my icon shows up here. Okay, so there's me, and we'll pretend it's somebody else. So if you scroll over the icon of the other participant, you can see that there's different options here. So you could send a message through a chat, or you could video call them. Some other great tools that Google Docs offers are, you don't even need to leave the web page to Google things. So you just go to Explore and then type in whatever you want information on. So let's say students want to get some information about dogs. They would just type in dogs, and they could even find some pictures of dogs by going to Insert, Image, and then searching dogs. And they could literally just insert a picture of a dog into their document if they wanted to. They don't even need to go and copy and paste pictures. I think that's also a really awesome tool that Google Docs provides. So now I'd like to show you some more accessibility features that this app provides students. So something that could help students who have learning or visual exceptionalities is to use a screen reader. So Google Docs allows students this option. So to turn this option on, students would have to go to Tools and then go to Accessibility Settings and make sure that it's turned on. So we would have to turn on screen reader support, and it's turned on. So if I want, let's say I want the screen reader to verbalize a section. I would need to turn my extension on for screen reader, which a teacher would need to make sure they have installed in the computer or technological device, and they would need to turn it on. So I will demonstrate this now. So I'm not sure if you were able to hear it through this video very clearly, but it just read the text out loud. It just read the section that I highlighted, but it could also read from the cursor location. So there's different options that students would be able to choose from. They could have the word count even verbalized to them. So something else that's really great that Google Docs can do is it can translate an entire document. So if you, and this would be a great option for students who are English language learners. So all you would have to do is highlight the entire document, go to Tools, and then Translate Document. And then you would choose the language that you would like it to be translated in. So I chose to translate it in Arabic, and it brought me to a new page with the document totally translated. So the last accessibility feature I'm going to show you is the screen magnifier feature. So this can help students who have visual exceptionalities. So we would need to make sure that this is turned on again by going to accessibility settings under tools and make sure turn on screen magnifying support is turned on. So in order to magnify our screen, all we would have to do is go to Control, Shift, and then either plus or negative sign, whether you want to zoom, depending on whether you'd like to zoom in or out. So I'd like to zoom in, so I'm going to do Control, Shift, plus sign. And as you can see, it's zooming in. And then to zoom back out, I would just need to press the negative symbol on my keyboard to zoom out. So this reaches the end of my screencast, and I hope it was informative. And overall, I think Google Docs is a very effective tool as long as teachers are knowledgeable about the application and ways that they can specifically integrate it into the classroom. Thank you for watching.